once you find out you can't be stopped, then you really just get to work then. Because you're looking out on defense and on security because you feel like you might could actually be stopped, right? That somebody could stop this. Somebody can mess this up. Well, it's not going to happen. So are we going to go on for 100 years from now still in defense of this being stopped? Are we going to be happy with what we achieve? If our only meditation was, man, we can't let them stop this. I hope this don't get stopped. And that's going to stop this. If they do that, this is going to stop. If we go the next 100 years with that, we will be dissatisfied with ourselves. But from what I have already seen manifest, there is no way that this can be stopped. It has become completely obvious that the door, someone knocked on the door of opportunity. We answered. This is in its right time. This is timely. This is synchronistic with the times that we are living in today. It's not only an ancient thing. The fact that it's still going on and surviving and has out-survived and lived so many other organizations and groups and entities. They didn't come and go. And this is still standing. The time is now for this. Black supremacy, the purest aspect of all of them, without all of the watered down aspects and all of the pay homage to them, those, and they. Gone. Nothing but black supremacy now. Nothing but the original being coming straight forth with what it is. Nothing but that. Not somebody's translation or rendition of what the original being said or what they might have. The original being completely and totally and absolutely in manifestation. Nobody else sliding up in there. So as black supremacists, we got to get more centered, more focused, more vigilant, more intentional, more solid, least distracted. If we can do that, everything else will happen. Whether somebody else becomes a black supremacist or not, or his own black supremacy or not, does not matter. It don't matter. Are we on black supremacists every moment and second of our time? Are we standing in that? And as we are standing in that, it becomes a place where others can stand. As we're situated in that, it becomes a place where others can be situated in that. If we're distracted, it becomes a place of great distraction. If we're confused, it becomes a place of great confusion. And when I say a place, I mean where we are at. The energy that we're in is the space, is the place, wherever we're at and wherever that is. Standing wholeheartedly, 100% in black supremacy. One of my visions was to build a community that I call Blacktown. But I said, we already got a community. We just lacking black supremacy. How are we going to build something we already got? How many communities we got? We got communities. African village this and this community and that community. We didn't have communities. We got them now. Gangbangers got their own communities with their own names on them, right? We don't need no more damn communities. We need black supremacy. So we need black supremacy. It's about sovereignty. We need to get land. We already got land. We just paying rent on it. We got land. We just don't know who we are on it. So it ain't about no community or no land. We don't need to start. We already got a community. Wherever you see black people at, that's a community. That community needs black supremacy. Black supremacy don't need a community. Black supremacy is already a community realizing itself and who it is and who it has always been. Now it's realizing. Because everybody that come here say, I already was a black supremacist. I know. I know. Because it has already always been and always was. In and as the community not have realizing itself. This is the point where it realizes itself. So we don't need land and community and guns. We already got guns. We just don't realize we have the authority to use them against who our real enemies are. Just don't realize that. That we should get shot by who our real enemy is, and we should just hit the ground and just somehow put our hands behind our backs while we're full of bullet holes. You hear what I'm saying? So we got all this stuff. All this stuff. Somebody got this stuff. And if it was so empowering, why aren't they out liberated with it? Because they lack the black supremacy. There's no power in any of this stuff. It means nothing. The context of which it has meaning is through black supremacy. Otherwise, it's meaningless. And like the atheists have said, God is dead with all this stuff. You feel what I'm saying? It has no meaning. It's just nothing. When black supremacy is added to it, it all is awakened. It all has life now. It's not, once you lay the red, black, and green flag on it now, it completely changes the whole context of what it is. Sometimes some of us, we want all this stuff out of our love of white supremacy. So our desire to get it and getting it is out of the agenda of white supremacy. We love all of it. We love all the architecture and all the Eurocentric and European aspects of it. Let's be honest with ourselves. We love that. And that's what we want. So we're thinking that we shall overcome and we're getting better and we're equal to them. And all we're doing is substantiating white supremacy. Showing that we have a great interest in their world and their reality. So our black power becomes white power with a black face. Black love becomes white love in black people. Do you hear what I'm saying? Because it is a love of the white man's world, of his materialism and his stuff and his things and his designs. The meaning is still there that supports the white supremacist agenda. So it's not about this stuff. Who cares? And who cares about those that care about this stuff? I said before, a week ago, the flesh is God. And that's a radical statement. That to bring meiotic balance to us putting so much emphasis on the spiritual world, which is another materialistic concept that I'm so materialistic that my real material is the infinity of the spiritual world. They've become so materialistic that they want all the immaterial world. And that this life is too small because all their real material is really in the immaterial world. What? Still materialism. That's like extreme materialism. Like I'm so unhappy about this little bit I think I got called this life. And this so-called little body that I have that is so vulnerable and fragile. I'm so dissatisfied with that my real material is the entire immaterial of the spiritual world. What? This life is nothing. Who I am, this vehicle that I'm walking around in, is nothing. Who I really am is all the material of the immaterial world. Get the hell out of here. That's still materialism. That's spiritual materialism. Who I am is my spiritual material body. Because this ain't enough. I ain't blinging over here. I'm not diesel over here, but in my spiritual body. You know what I'm saying? In my spiritual body, I'm bad. I'm a bad motherfucker. You can take me out here, but I'm telling you, my spiritual body is colossal. I'm not what you see here. Still materialism. It's just an extremism. It's a kamikaze materialism. You follow what I'm saying? So the balance is that God is here too, in the flesh. And every day, black supremacy is God. Black supremacy is, we let the white man destroy the material reality of black supremacy, which is black humanity. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because we're so materialistic. Because we really feel like we're so broke and ain't got nothing here. You follow? That my real wealth is in heaven. Now I'm balling in heaven. That's the same mentality, though. You follow what I'm saying? It's just versus being materialistic and being on materialism here in this spiritual world, in the physical world. You done gave up on that. I'm into bigger things. I don't even deal with things here. I'm dealing with my infinite spiritual body. You understand what I'm saying? Same materialistic mentality to the extreme. So God is in the flesh. But not in this material stuff that we're looking at. This is nothing. But us walking around as divine entities, that's relevant. Because that even defines this on this spiritual world. Even if we say there's a higher spiritual body, these physical entities that are walking around define this. Am I correct? All this material could be tossed in the fire or reconfigured or given new meaning by who orchestrates it. But the walking orchestrator